Calls will help us in our next case, an appeal for witnesses to murder, several of them, though they may be unaware of what was going on at the time. Think back to October, especially if you live in County Durham. Julie Smailes was found dead at her home in Ledgate near Consett. Various details about the crime have been withheld until now, but inquiries have reached the point where, if this murder is ever going to be solved, public help is crucial.
Katie, if you get a chance, can you do those for us, pet?
Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Julie worked for Sun Computers. She joined when she was 18, and in the 9 years since, she'd earned a series of promotions from assembly line to management. But she wasn't just efficient, she was really popular.
Julie's one of the nicest people I know. She used to say if I ever had a problem of any sort, whether it was private or to do with work, I just had to go and tell her. Last time we went out was for my birthday. She's the first one on the dance floor. She was. She was the last one to leave as well. She's just so full of life. It was unbelievable.
I'm just going to nip for a tab. If anyone calls, tell them I'm in a meeting, all right?
This is outside Julie's house.
It's the first time I'd seen a car parked on that drive. I thought, must be the new boyfriend of the girl who lives there.
Hello.
The way he reacted when he saw me looking at him, he was quite taken aback. He didn't want me to see what we had in that bag. I'd describe him as late 20s, early 30s, about 5'3" tall, stocky, athletic sort of build, with a square sort of face.
Newcastle have scored again, ma'am. We're slaughtering them.
These chips are cold.
Well, why don't you stick them in the microwave for a couple of minutes?
Do you want a cuppa?
Is the Pope Catholic?
What?
Mother, man. Yes, I do. Of course I do. Please.
So, Ginola really performing tonight.
She was more than just a daughter, you know. She was such a good friend. She was, I don't know how to put it into a word, you know, but she was it. And a very, very special relationship we had.
They now lead on aggregate by...
We were in the process of doing the living room up, and it was going to be my job to make the curtains. And when we'd actually finished, Julie was absolutely delighted. Over the moon, she was.
Come on, ma'am. Got the camera.
Oh,
Back
no.
down. Come on, in the middle of the curtains.
Oh, you know I hate
You look
photographs. Come on.
gorgeous. Shut up. I'll tell you, ma'am, I didn't know you could make curtains.
Oh, come
They're
on.
lovely.
Hurry yourself up, will
All
you,
right, wheel
please?
the flash. Smile.
I loved being part of our life and trying to do the motherly things, you know, that mothers do for their kids. She let me into her life. And I felt very privileged, you know.
Right, well, when do you want a hand?
It'll have to be the weekend now. What about Sunday?
Right, I'll see you on Sunday.
All right,
then. I'll give you a hand.
Cheers, ma'am. Hey, thanks for those curtains. They're beautiful.
Beautiful curtains for a beautiful daughter. Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Just around the corner, about the same time, 10:30 on Tuesday, the 29th of October.
Is anyone going to pay or what?
I picked them up from the taxi office and took them to Ledgate. There were three pleasant young lads. When I dropped them off, I think they were just decided to have a giggle with the driver and just walked off without paying. £1.60.
The £1.60 isn't important now, but guys, if you're watching, you're almost certainly crucially important witnesses, though you won't know why. Please call in right away.
I finished my late shift and as normal took my dog for a walk. Good boy. Good boy. And I looked down the field and saw a silhouette of a person, and I thought to myself, walking a dog down that area that time of night, I wouldn't do that.
If that was you out walking behind Park Terrace on that Tuesday night, please ring us now.
Contact the Australian Embassy.
About 1 o'clock, I heard some bangs, and I got up to see if I could see anybody or anything.
The noise seemed to be coming from the direction of Julie's house.
I couldn't, so I got back into bed. Then about 20 minutes later,
I switched the television off. When I heard footsteps of a young lady coming along the back, I could tell it was a young lady because she was in a hurry and she had a high heels on. I thought to myself, fancy a young woman being out this time of the night.
Was this you or someone you know? This is another key witness.
Fire brigade, please. Yeah.
When firemen got there, Julie was already dead, not from fire, but from stabbing and strangulation. Well, Detective Superintendent Bob Hall, a lot of pointers there. Let's look at one or two of them in detail. The woman seen walking down the road, what can you tell us about her?
Well, I would certainly be very, very interested in speaking to this lady. She's described as a female wearing a duffel coat, the hood was up, and that is unfortunately the only description we have.
Now, 2 weeks earlier, the man seen in Julie's driveway, what do you know about him?
Yes, he had a Datsun Stanza motor car, very unusual for anyone to be parked there on Julie's drive. Again, we've made extensive inquiries, we haven't traced him, we'd like him to come forward, or if anyone knows of him, to do so.
What sort of height was he?
He's about 5'3", which is a short for a male. We think that's because he was stooped down at the time, so he's likely to be taller.
But he was definitely driving a Datsun Stanza car. Now, you have to cover all angles of Julie's life, obviously. I know she'd taken to advertising in Lonely Hearts columns, hadn't she?
Yes, well, Julie was a single person. She had advertised in the local Love Lines column of the Northern Echo newspaper and had been reproduced in the Advertiser series. We would like anyone who did contact Julie to contact us, or in fact if Julie has herself contacted anyone.
Of course, I mean, they may be embarrassed to contact you, but they will be dealt with in the strictest confidence.
Everything in confidence, yes.
She'd led quite a lively nightlife as well.
Yes, well, I've spent 5.5 months investigating Julie's death. She was a professional lady, well liked. Like a lot of the age group that Julie was, she did like the club scene. She did go to raves and licensed premises, particularly in Leeds, Darlington and Middlesbrough. Anyone who has met Julie in any of these establishments, please get in touch. Not that you attend them yourself, but if you do know Julie and you have any information for us, please get in touch.
Bob Hall, thank you very much, and please do cast your mind back to that night, Tuesday, October the 29th, in Ledgate. 0500 600 600 is the number to the studio, and of course the calls are free. Alternatively, dial the incident room in Consett on 0191 386 9011.